In the annals of naval history, few ships stand as tall as the USS Enterprise. Known as the Big E, she became one of the most decorated warships of World War II, a symbol of American resilience, innovation, and might. But her story is not just one of battles fought, and one it's a tale of evolution, survival, and a nation's indomitable spirit in times of war and peace. This is her story, a journey that spans the largest naval conflict in human history and the legacy that endures long after her decommissioning. The USS Enterprise was born out of the 1930s, a time when the United States Navy was transitioning from the era of battleships to the age of aircraft carriers. Following the success of the USS Lexington and Saratoga, the Navy sought to build a new class of carriers, and thus the Yorktown class was conceived. Construction of the USS Enterprise began on July 16, 1934, at the Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia. She was the seventh ship to bear the name Enterprise, a proud lineage stretching back to the American Revolution. As a Yorktown-class aircraft carrier, the Enterprise was designed to carry a complement of nearly 90 aircraft, including fighters, bombers, and reconnaissance planes. By October 3, 1936, the ship was launched and christened by Lully Swanson. Wife of Secretary of the Navy Claude A. Swanson, the USS Enterprise was commissioned on May 12, 1938. At over 800 feet long and displacing 19,800 tons, she was one of the most advanced and capable warships of her time, a testament to American engineering prowess. In the years leading up to the United States' entry into World War II, the Enterprise served in the Pacific as tensions mounted across the globe. As one of only a handful of operational carriers, she quickly became an essential part of the Navy's Pacific Fleet. Her air wing, which included the iconic F for FY Cats and SPD Dauntless dive bombers, trained rigorously for a conflict that seemed increasingly inevitable. By the time Japan launched its surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, the Enterprise was already at sea. On that fateful day, the Enterprise was returning to Hawaii from Wake Island, where she had delivered a squadron of Marine fighters. Though she missed the attack, her planes engaged Japanese forces and helped defend the Hawaiian Islands in the aftermath. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the USS Enterprise quickly became the centerpiece of the U.S. Navy's Pacific campaign. One of her most significant early engagements came in June 1942, during the Battle of Midway. This battle would mark a turning point in the war, and the Enterprise played a crucial role in the outcome. The victory at Midway was a major blow to Japan's naval supremacy, and the Enterprise's actions during the battle earned her the first of her many battle stars. The Big E had proven her worth, but her journey through the Pacific was far from over. After Midway, the USS Enterprise became a key player in the Guadalcanal campaign, a brutal series of battles that stretched from August 1942 to February 1943. The waters around Guadalcanal, later dubbed Iron Baton Sound due to the number of ships sunk there, were the setting for some of the most ferocious naval engagements of the war. Throughout the campaign, the Enterprise provided essential air support to American ground forces, while her aircraft engaged Japanese naval forces in the surrounding waters. Despite being heavily damaged by enemy bombs during the Battle of the Eastern Solomons, she returned to action after repairs, earning her nickname the Grey Ghost for her ability to survive and reappear when least expected. By 1944, the tide of war had shifted in favor of the Allies, but the fighting was far from over. The Enterprise played a pivotal role in several major operations, including the Battle of the Philippine Sea and the invasion of the Marianas. But it was during the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history, that the Enterprise solidified her place in history. As part of Admiral William Halsey's task force, the Enterprise's aircraft helped sink several Japanese warships, including carriers and destroyers. The battle dealt a fatal blow to the Japanese fleet, effectively ending its ability to conduct major naval operations. By the end of the war, the USS Enterprise had earned 20 battle stars, more than any other US ship, and a reputation as one of the greatest carriers of all time. After World War II, the USS Enterprise returned home as a hero. She had seen more action than any other ship in the Pacific and had become a symbol of American perseverance and victory. But as the post-war years unfolded, the need for older carriers like the Enterprise diminished. In 1947, the USS Enterprise was decommissioned and eventually scrapped, despite efforts by veterans and historians to preserve her as a museum. It was a sad end for a ship that had given so much. But her legacy lived on in the hearts of those who had served aboard her and in the annals of naval history.